Hey loves, it's me Jalix, and today I wanted to talk about something that's been floating around lately, and since we're in 2017, I wanted to talk about why I was not recording videos for 2016 and a lot of other reasons why 2016 was not a great year. I have my husband behind me taking a nap, so if you hear anything, it might be his phone going off or whatever. So, what did I want to say? Yeah, 2016 sucked. Let's start at the beginning of the year. I got a job, so I took a break from school, and that's one of the main reasons why I stopped recording a lot of videos is because I was working, and it started with a bunch of hours, so I was working constantly. I think I got one day out of the week where I wasn't working, and then as time went on, 2 months later, it started going lower and lower in hours, and that's around in February I got the job, so that was April or something like that, May-ish. So yeah, I started getting lower hours, and our financial situation wasn't great. I was living with my parents. I still am living with my parents, except it was in a different house that costs a ton more, and it was just a bad situation. It was too much room for us, for one, and it was just constant money and bills were going into this house because there were so many problems and everything, and it just wasn't the greatest thing, So that happened, and then my husband and I went through a rocky stage. It's our first year after being married, and we were thrown into this house with my parents and all these different things. It was just a bunch weighing down on us, and we really had to take a step back last year and think about what we wanted and what we need to do and everything. So that was really hard, and those were main things that were weighing me down. And I have crazy anxiety. I've already talked about it in my previous video, and I take what everybody thinks, says, does, anything into consideration and into any kind of weighing of decisions or anything like that. It really affects me whenever somebody is thinking negative or whenever somebody's being negative or anything, it really puts me down, and I take on that kind of I absorb the energy, and I just put on that kind of energy, and it sucks, and it sucked. But yeah, there were a lot of things. I got a change in birth control in early 2016, and it was the pill, which I've been on since since I was 14, but this pill had a different dosage of the estrogen that I need, and so it was really messing up my body. I was having headaches, I was constantly nauseous, and I was having pretty much all of the symptoms of a really hard pregnancy, without being pregnant. And it was just draining, along with all these other things that I had named going on. And I want to talk more about birth control in another video, so I would like your opinions on that. Leave a comment, talk to me on my other social medias, anything like that. But that was a really big thing, and I think that birth control is something that's a necessity. I think that a lot of girls should really look into it, and I'm pro birth control, so I really want to make a video on that and explain what happened, what's going on, my opinions and feelings about all of that. So that's going to be another video that I'm going to do. But in August, I remember just feeling, it was on my birthday, and I was completely down. I was at work at that time on my birthday, and I was throwing up in the bathroom and stuff like that. I was just completely not okay. So I went to the place where I get my birth control, and whenever I did, they screened me for Nexplanon. I think that's the name of it, and it's the one that's in my arm. I hadn't decided then, so I took a couple months to see how my body was taking the pill and what, if my body would just like readjust to it or get better, and it wouldn't. So I was constantly sick and just miserable, and I decided, my husband and I aren't having kids anytime soon, that's not in our plan yet. So I was like, this lasts up to 4 years. I can decide to get it removed whenever I want, and it just seemed like the best option. So I got that in October, and that was like exactly, I think it was like October 17th, so it was like exactly 2 months after my birthday, and that had a whole different thing of side effects and everything, and I'm still dealing with that because that's in my arm right now, and that's my form of birth control right now. But like I said, I'm gonna do a whole nother video on that because it's been like a lot, and I really want to share it because I think that a lot of girls watch my videos, and for that, they get a peek into two different types of birth controls that I've used. So that was what was really weighing down my year. It was just a lot of emotional problems, and then physically I was sick like the whole year, and it just wasn't good. I wasn't productive. I wasn't doing anything. In September I had to leave my job because I was just completely anxiety ridden. Like, I would break down in the car on the way to work, and I wear makeup so my freaking face would be covered in black from mascara, and like I'd be shaking and I'd get sick at work, and like it was just so many things put together, and I couldn't handle it anymore, so I had to leave that position. But then that left me in a bad situation with my family because that's a source of income that wasn't coming in, and it was just really hard. And right now I'm finally like putting things back into order and everything. I'm really trying to rein everything in and get better with myself, like my body and my mind and just everything. I'm trying to control my mental health. That's another thing that I want to talk about. I had a previous video, like it was so bad that I was making videos and I was recording them and I was completely just breaking down, and I was like trying to, communicate what was going on because I felt like this is so out of body and out of what I usually experience that I wanted to record it and make sure that it was like documented because it was just so bad. It was just horrible. But yeah, that's gonna be for another video because that had a lot to do with everything that was going on. But yeah, overall my 2016 sucked, but I'm looking forward to 2017, and I'm ready to start a whole new channel with 2017, just like, a facelift on what I had before. Like I said, I have goals on getting right with myself. I'm trying to focus on myself because I wasn't before. I was letting everything that everybody said and did just like get to me, and now I'm kind of taking a step back and trying to rein it in with my anxiety and everything. So, I want to take you guys along for the trip. I want you guys to see my journey and what I go through, and like if any of you are going through that, I want to make sure that you guys know that you're not alone, because I feel alone 85% of the time because of what's going on with me, like my mental health issues and everything. I feel so alone, and I would never wish that on anybody else. So if there's one thing that I want you all to get from this, is that you're not alone. In anything that you do, you're really not alone. Somebody out there is probably feeling that same way and is doing those same things, So, my husband's snoring in the background, so I'm going to cut this off, and thank you so much for watching. Give me a like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my loves, and until next time, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching.